Hi everyone, this is Amy and welcome back to my channel. Today we're making Asian pigs in a blanket or lap chow pao. For this dough, we need 3/4 cup of warm water, we're going to add a tablespoon of sugar, and just let that dissolve right in there. And then we're going to bloom our yeast. We need a teaspoon of dry instant yeast. Just sprinkle that on top and set that aside for about 15 minutes. In a large bowl, we need 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. This is going to add a little airiness, and a teaspoon of baking soda. Mix the dry ingredients together. Once your yeast is bloomed, go ahead and pour the liquids into the dry. I almost messed up here. I almost forgot to add a tablespoon of oil into the liquids, so we'll do that now. And you know the drill. Once it forms a shaggy dough, get in there with your clean hands, tip this out on your workbench, and start bringing this dough together. This is a bao bun dough. It's one of my favorite ones to work with because it's soft, pillowy, and really easy. It's not a dough that you can mess up unless you try really, really hard. So getting that all out there. And we're gonna knead this for about 12 to 15 minutes until this dough comes together, and trust the process, it does indeed. Once it starts looking like this, you know it's pretty much ready to rest. It gets really elastic, really gluteny, really beautiful. So we're gonna use another tablespoon of oil, tip that into the bowl, roll your dough around. Then we're gonna cover this up with plastic wrap and a towel. We're gonna let this rest in the warmest place until it doubles in size. Mine took an hour and a half. I put it in the window so it could get a lot of heat. While the dough is resting, we can prep our steamer pan, just with a little parchment so nothing sticks. I'm just cutting it all around. This is perfect. And the sausage I'm using is this Chinese sausage. There's 16 of these in here. So an hour and a half later, we can go ahead and check on our dough. And it has indeed doubled in size. It looks beautiful, pillowy, and really smooth. So we're going to punch down any gas. Tip this back out onto our workbench. You don't even need flour. There's enough oil in this to keep it from sticking to your workbench. Give this another little knead. And since we have 16 sausages, we're going to portion this out into 16 even-ish pieces of dough. I should have weighed these. I didn't. Some came out a little fatter, but I digress. It doesn't matter. It's still delicious. So to make our little pigs in a blanket, we're going to roll this out into a strip. And again, this is super stretchy, super forgiving. Fold this in half. And we're going to just roll up our little sausage like a little blanket. Perfect. We're going to do this until all of our little pigs in a blanket are made. I'm only doing 6, so I'm going to go ahead and start resting these, the ones I'm cooking, because they do have to rest a bit, and I'll roll out the rest later. So putting them into my steamer, leaving space in between, damp towel, lid, and we're going to let these rest for 20 minutes, and while those rest, we'll roll out the rest. After 20 minutes, take off the towel, put your heat on high. Once you see steam coming out, let that steam for 15 minutes. Pull that out, let that sit for 10 minutes so things don't collapse. And I've just plated these onto a little plate, and these are perfect. The dough is pillowy and soft and a little sweet. Sausage is savory, salty, and absolutely delicious. And these were really easy to make, and now I have a ton in the freezer for later. But there it is, Asian pigs in a blanket. I hope you all try to make this in your home. Thank you so much for spending time with me again today. I appreciate every single one of you. If you like this video, give it a like. If you loved it, please consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell if you haven't already, because I put out new videos every Thursday. Thank you so much again, and until next time, happy cooking.